The Divine Hierarchy, a historical analysis of God's anthropocentric racism. Throughout recorded mythology and religious texts, a disturbing pattern emerges in the relationship between divine entities and humanity, one that mirrors humanity's own relationship with livestock. This systematic devaluation of human life by divine beings can be traced through multiple civilizations and eras, supported by consistent mythological evidence. Ancient Mesopotamian evidence, the earliest recorded instances of divine disdain for humanity, appear in the Mesopotamian epic of Atrahasis, where gods created humans specifically as a labor force to bear the workload of the gods. The text explicitly describes humans as being formed from clay and blood, not for any noble purpose, but merely to serve as divine slaves. When humans became too numerous and noisy, the gods attempted genocide through floods, a chilling parallel to how humans might cull an overwhelming livestock population. Egyptian theological documentation. Egyptian mythology provides particularly stark examples of divine exploitation. The goddess Sekhmet, according to the Book of the Heavenly Cow, was sent by Ra to punish humanity and nearly drove them to extinction, drinking their blood until she was tricked with beer dyed red. This account mirrors predatory behavior and reveals how gods viewed humans as prey species rather than sentient beings. Greek mythological evidence. The Greek pantheon provides some of the most explicit examples of gods treating humans as entertainment and food sources. Tantalus served his son Pelops as a meal to the gods, and most disturbing was not the act itself but the gods' familiarity with human flesh. Only Demeter, distracted by grief, actually ate any of it. Zeus repeatedly culled humanity through floods and thunderbolts when they displeased him, similar to how farmers might dispose of problematic livestock. The story of Prometheus reveals the gods' proprietary attitude toward human advancement. They wished to keep humans in an intentionally weakened state, much as farmers might limit their livestock's capabilities. Norse mythological perspective. The Norse gods' relationship with humans was particularly complex. While they engaged with humans more directly, the Prose Edda reveals they viewed Midgard, the human realm, as essentially a farm they maintained. Odin's practice of claiming warriors in battle parallels a farmer selecting prime specimens from their herd. Evidence of divine consumption practices. Multiple mythologies contain references to gods consuming humans. Aztec gods required human hearts and blood for sustenance. Chinese mythology speaks of divine beings consuming human essence. African Yoruba traditions include tales of gods requiring human sacrifices for their feasts. The transition period, the shift in divine attitudes, appears to coincide with human civilization's increasing complexity. This evolution can be tracked through religious texts. Early period, direct consumption and obvious exploitation. Mesopotamian, early Egyptian. Middle period, more sophisticated farming. Greek, Roman pantheons. Late period, partnership model. Modern monotheistic religions. Modern theological interpretation. Contemporary religious scholars suggest this evolution mirrors the development of agricultural societies. As humans developed more sophisticated relationships with their own livestock, religious texts began depicting gods as having more sophisticated relationships with humans. This parallel development suggests a projection of human social evolution onto divine-human relationships. Evidence of divine entertainment. Multiple mythological sources document gods destroying human civilizations purely for entertainment. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Great Flood myths present in multiple cultures. The Greek gods' manipulation of the Trojan War. The Norse gods' orchestration of Ragnarok. The modern paradigm shift, the transition to viewing humans as intelligent beings worthy of respect, appears in most modern religious interpretations. This shift coincides with the rise of philosophical thinking, development of ethical frameworks, human technological advancement, evolution of moral consciousness. However, ancient texts preserve evidence of the original divine perspective, where humans were viewed as resources rather than beings worthy of moral consideration. This transformation in divine-human relationships parallels humanity's own evolving relationship with other species, suggesting a cosmic pattern of developmental consciousness. This historical analysis reveals not just the evolution of human religious thought, but also provides insight into how power structures view those they consider inferior. The gods' gradual recognition of human sentience and worth mirrors many human societies' own journey toward recognizing the rights and dignity of those they once oppressed. The evidence suggests that divine beings' current, more enlightened view of humanity is a relatively recent development in cosmic terms, one that evolved over millennia of interaction and observation. This progression raises interesting questions about the nature of divinity itself, and whether godhood, like any other form of consciousness, is subject to moral and ethical evolution. This article was converted for free by the courtesy of AudioRaid. If you enjoy the service, please consider upgrading your plan to listen to up to 500,000 words per article. Simply go to audioread.com/ad and you'll see the upgrade option. Your support helps us keep making the service better. Thank you.